Hi, I'm Chef Tony with 5 Points Farms, and today we're going to be making pesto. We're making pesto to highlight our aeroponically grown basil right here in Jacksonville, Florida. It's some of the best, most tender basil I've ever encountered. It's super aromatic. And we're going to be making a classic Italian sauce with it. So we're going to be making a walnut-based pesto today with some Parmesan Reggiano cheese, garlic, a little bit of lemon juice, crushed red pepper, and salt. So we're going to start with all of our non-olive oil ingredients, and we're going to put them into the food processor to give them a quick pulse before we emulsify our oil. So I'm going to add about a half cup of walnuts. Now you can also use pine nuts here. Pine nuts are the more classic nut, but I found that a lot of people really don't like them, so walnuts are a little bit more crowd-pleasing. Equal proportion of Parmesan Reggiano cheese already grated. 4 cloves of garlic. Couple tablespoons of lemon juice. Now with the lemon juice, you don't always find that in pesto recipes. Plenty of them don't have it, but I find the acidity highlights the richness of the cheese and the olive oil, and I always add lemon to my pasta anyway, so I'm just adding it to my sauce directly. I'm going to add 6 ounces of our basil. Now it looks like a lot when it's whole leaf like this, but as we pulse it, you know, I'm going to add only about half of it, then I'm going to add half of it here in a second. As we pulse it, this is going to go down into a much smaller amount. Okay, got that in here. Just a little bit of salt. I'm going to do about a half teaspoon to start, and then adjust it to taste. Now you can use black pepper here, but I like the taste of crushed red pepper with Italian food. I'm not going to measure this. I'm going to put a couple dashes in. I'm going to put our lid on, give it a quick pulse. Okay, so now we're ready to pulse and emulsify our pesto. Give it a quick pulse. Now I don't want to overwork it for a couple reasons. Once we get the olive oil in there, you want to be careful with mixing olive oil in a food processor or a blender, because the high speeds can bring out some bitter compounds in it. You can also use a mortar and pestle if you choose to, but this is a bit easier. I'm going to put in a little bit to help aid our emulsification before I put in the whole container. Okay. Just spatula to scrape down the sides, make sure that we get nice even blend here without overworking it. A couple of the extra leaves that fell off. Okay. Now as I'm doing this, I'm just going to work in the remainder of our olive oil. Okay. Scrape down any of the big chunks that came up. And give it one quick more pulse. Okay. Now I'm going to taste it for seasoning. Need to add any salt or any lemon juice. It's looking really good. A little bit of salt, and about a half teaspoon more. Now that's perfect. The basil is the first thing you notice. It really highlights what we're doing here. Be perfect over any long pasta, over angel hair, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine. It's really good. I think this is what I'm eating tonight. And we're going to finish it off here, put it up for sale. Our jars. And here's our 5 Points Farm pesto.